Okay, since we're all watching the season 3 update dev vision here, I figure I'll watch it too and give you guys my ideas on what I see. And also, I watch all these videos at 2 times speed. So if you're watching me at 2 times speed, I apologize for the 4 times speed they talk.
Hello everyone, Guang here. An all-new era is about to begin in Marvel Rivals, as we will now be launching a new season every 2 months. Get ready for more heroes and villains, brand new team-up abilities, and an epic feast of superpowered battles as the Marvel Rivals journey continues. Back in Season 0, the Guardians of Galaxy's first expedition to Kalinta did not result in Now's destruction. Instead, they inadvertently awakened him. After lying dormant for so long, the God of the Symbiotes has finally found a way to break free from his traps. This time, by his side stands not only his loyal symbiotes, but also the Goddess of Death herself, his Queen in Black, Hela. The Throne of Abyss is rising, the Celestial Husk has fallen, and our heroes must find a way to counter All Black, the Necro Sword, and burn away the encroaching darkness. Thankfully, Phoenix is ready to ignite the battle as she joins Luster in Season 3. Jean Grey is a ranged duelist, wielding the overwhelming power of the Phoenix Force. She can pressure tightly grouped enemies head-on, or use her agile mobility to disrupt formations from the flank.
Did we need another flying range duelist?
Her unique chain reaction mechanic delivers a whole new level of gameplay satisfaction. Additionally, her ultimate, where she merges with the Phoenix Force, doesn't just deal massive damage, it also has a special ability to clear enemy summons from the battlefield. Get ready to rise as the one and only Phoenix. This update introduces 4 new team-up abilities. And
On the topic of Phoenix, like anytime I see something new that's being added to the game, I reserve any sort of judgments I could possibly have by, wait until I play it first. She looks cool, but
we pass 2.
I mean, like, that's all I can say.
This Season 0, we've added 7 new heroes, a 20% increase, and updated over 70% of all team-up abilities. Our goal is to continually deliver fresh, exciting experiences and fulfill every player's superhero dreams. We hope you enjoy the thrill of Marvel Rivals. With this in mind, we plan to release a brand new competitive mode in the later half of Season 3.5. Stay tuned for more details. And that's not all. Of course, the fan favorite Blade awakens and will be joining the roster in Season 3.5. For Season 3, we're keeping the Battle Pass at 10 costumes, with pricing unchanged. To match the shorter season, we're boosting the amount of Chrono tokens you can earn, making it easier to unlock Battle Pass rewards,
I mean, that part's cool.
while keeping the proportion of time spent to unlock all rewards balanced with previous seasons. We've also overhauled the mission system to better match player habits. We are removing daily missions and shifting their rewards elsewhere. Weekly missions are now persistent. Once unlocked, they remain available until the end of the season, so you
That part is nice. I don't want to have to log in every day for dailies, but weeklies seem a lot more manageable in case I just, want to skip a day of playing the game.
won't miss out if you skip a week, but you will still need to complete each week's missions in order. We're also introducing season missions, a set of challenges that last all season and offer a load of Chrono tokens.
That's cool.
In Season 3, we're adding a new layer of hero customization with accessories. The first batch features 5 new items for Winter Soldier, Psylocke, Groot, Rocky Raccoon, Jeff the Land Shark, Invisible Woman, Emma Frost, and Spider-Man. You can earn accessory points by participating in both quick match and competitive, then exchange them for your favorite hero bling. We're also bringing
The That stuff just reminds me of like the charms in Overwatch, where I'm like, when I see that stuff, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't really care for them. Can't see myself adding them to the skins. But I don't know. Maybe somebody else can tell me whether or not you're excited for them. But I see them and I'm just like, that just seems like another way to try and like get whatever money you can out of people, which is understandable. You're trying to sell stuff. You're trying to sell skins and stuff in the game. But I just don't really understand the point of like charms. But I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
new chroma color variants to even more of your favorite costumes. Plus, some costumes will now offer a brand new customization option. Ultimate
Cool chromas, I was always expected for them to add more colors. That's a good idea. You can't really go wrong with that.
VFS. For clarity on the battlefield, these effects are visible only to you. Other players will still see the original effects during matches. Unlock these new color palettes and ultimate VFS using unstable molecules. Starting from Season 3, you will be able to earn unstable molecules through the battle pass and events, making it easier than ever to personalize your heroes.
Did we need another currency?
We've heard your feedback. From Season 3 onward, you can mix and match MVP animations, use any costume, and equip any MVP from any other costume of the same hero. Plus, your team lobby background will now change to match your equipped costume, letting your unique style shine even before the
This part's nice. That's just like quality of life update.
battle begins. In Season 3, we've optimized the gallery system by merging serials and special editions into one. We've also added a new cinematics page that features cutscenes from all maps, allowing more enthusiasts to enjoy the narrative at any time.
I am not one that looks into lore into almost any game. Like, it's nifty sometimes, maybe if I found out about it, but I personally am not a big lore guy. I'm always focused on the gameplay and like what I'm playing. I don't really care too much to read into it. So, but it's still cool that they add this stuff for people who do like to read into it. But I only just now realized when he was talking at the start of this video that there's actually like lore going on here in the game from Season 0 that I just have not been following.
A new event tab has been added to the main lobby navigation, making it easier than ever to browse all the current in-game events. We've also enhanced the post-match results screen. You can now quickly see your battle pass, events, and other progress as soon as the battle ends.
Cool quality of life changes are always nice. Anytime they add that stuff, it shows that they're trying to polish their product a bit better. That is a good thing that I like to see, and I don't mind seeing more of.
Starting from Season 3, verified university students will enjoy costume trials. Upon completing verification, university students can enjoy access to 10 costumes and MVPs. We're rolling out email verification for students in the US, UK, and more, with even more regions soon. Be sure to check our official site for updates. If your university can be verified using your school email, let our support team know, and they will work to add that university to the list.
That's cool because they also understand that their, I think, like, primary demographic is probably, like, kids in college who are playing video games. So by giving them rewards and access to free rewards that other games wouldn't give access to, like, that's just increasing the player count, more people to play.
The new update supports the latest Discord SDK. Once you reconnect your Discord account, you will be able to chat with Discord friends directly in-game. You can also stay connected with your Marvel Rivals friends via Discord even when you are offline. We're making it easier than ever to connect with your squad, both in and out of the game.
This patch so far seems like a lot of quality of life changes, which is always a good thing. Being able to talk to your friends by having your Discord connected is kind of interesting. Um, I can see that being really helpful, but also hopefully it has controls to say like maybe you're pretend you're offline or something in case you don't want to bother whatnot too.
Since launch, we've noticed that many players using NVIDIA graphics cards have experienced GPU crashes. Updating your NVIDIA drivers to version 576.80 or later will significantly reduce these issues. After the season
Does that mean now, or does that mean when season 3 launches? Because like, does that mean I can update my GPU? Because like, don't get me like in terms of quality of life update, that one is probably their biggest one. Uh, so does that mean I should update my drivers now? Because yeah, that would be absolutely huge. And to me, this is probably like the biggest frustration. That's probably had pushed a lot of players away before they even got a chance to like really get fully addicted to the game or want to stay in the game was just like the crashes that we've had. Just the other day when I was playing or trying to play with Reginald on like Sunday night, he was crashing and the game was having issues, even just booting up. And then when we got into game, first competitive game we played, it crashed. So, and then he just hopped off and I just stopped playing too. Like that having a game that crashes is such a huge, huge problem that in the game industry, like those are known as like the high priority, like bugs. Like you need to fix those immediately. So the fact that it went on this long, like we're in July now, like that's too long for these bugs to have happened. I'm glad to see that there is an update, but I wish it wouldn't have taken this long to get there.
3 update. The new client will no longer support replay playback from Season 2. Be sure to set any favorite replays to your local drive before Season 3 begins. Thank you for your understanding and support. In June, after intense competition, 8 teams have emerged from Marvel Rivals Ignite Stage 1 and earned their spots at the mid-season offline playoffs. The final 2 slots for the China region will be decided on July 20th. And in this coming season, Marvel Rivals will host its very first offline tournament with teams around the globe competing head-to-head while face-to-face. Stay tuned to our official website and social channels for more information and all the latest updates. And now, I will hand it over to Zhiyo for all the details on team-up ability updates and balance changes coming in Season 3.
Hey Rebels, Zone here again.
This is the part I'm actually like really interested in.
Today, I'm excited to walk you through the changes coming to team-up abilities and balance adjustments in Season 3.0. As Guang mentioned, we are picking up the pace for Season 3, rolling up more fresh content faster than ever before. Team-up abilities are evolving too. We will be introducing new team-ups in both Season 3.0 and 3.5, syncing with new hero arrivals and ongoing balance tricks to give you a brand new gameplay experience. Now, let's dive into the dynamic team-up changes in Season 3.0. Firstly, we have Primal Flame. Phoenix is the anchor in this new team up and infuses Wolverine with the Phoenix Force. When Wolverine unleashes his Feral Leap, the Phoenix Force activates, burning nearby enemies over time and adding lifesteal to all of Wolverine's attacks. Next, we introduce.
That's a good way to get Wolverine permabanned, honestly. That looks terrible. Like, you know how many times you get grabbed by Wolverine and like maybe you get out with like a sliver of health? And now he's gonna have like a damage over time and a lifesteal from it. Like he's just gonna be permabanned after that.
Ever-burning Bond. Human Touch is the team-up anchor here, channeling his flames into a special gadget for Spidey. This unlocks a brand new team-up ability. Spider-Man can now shoot a flaming web, dealing area damage and applying a burn chaser. Just like with his classic Spider Chaser, Spidey can use Get Over Here to zip to any enemy with a burn chaser, triggering an explosion for extra burn damage. And the best part is that burn chasers and spider chasers can both be attached, opening up a whole new world of combo possibilities for our friendly neighborhood hero.
Another great way to get another hero permabanned because the whole point is that Spidey's supposed to have extreme mobility and not as high of damage as the trade-off, and giving him just that tiny little bit of damage was like the Venom symbiote, where as soon as he has that and he has like a one-shot capability, like it's really difficult against a very good Spidey, so it's easier just to ban them out. But I don't know, I would have wished to have seen other team ups on other characters before I think like Spidey again, or at least maybe something that makes their kit a little bit more interesting. That just adding more damage. I don't know. I wish there was something else. I can't think of anything off the top of my head like right now, but I'm not excited to have to go against a Spidey that has more damage under his kit.
Both Stormy Ignition and ESU Alanders will be retired from play. Hela will be joining the symbiote shenanigans for a dark touch. Now, symbiotes have fused into Hela's Soul Drainer Health Sphere when it triggers. In addition to the original effect, symbiotes tend to slash out at enemies, linking them together and slowing their movement as they are dragged toward the impact point. Squirrel Girl
What I don't like about seeing anything where Hela gets a sort of like buff is the fact that Hela is already so easy to play. And in my experience of trying to learn magic here, while learning magic and climbing up through the ranks, it would be easier for me if I just cared about climbing to just lock in Hela and then just go in and click heads, and it would be much more simple. I can perform a lot easier and get a lot more done with a quarter or a fifth of the effort on Hela as I can on Magic. And I really wish that Magic would have had like some sort of team up to make her more interesting, because Hela doesn't need more. I understand though, probably because it's a whole symbiote thing. Like I guess they're trying to tie it in, but it's just I really wish I would have seen like a Magic team up instead of the already OP characters that are super easy to play that don't require much effort in order to get value.
joins the Stargrowth Girl tag team up. Iron Man gives her a nanotech gauntlet, letting her command one of her squirrels to ride the glove. Thanks to its boosters, the squirrel homes in toward an enemy and explodes on impact, dealing damage. But don't worry, the adorable
This reminds me of the magnetic grenade in Overwatch, and I assume this is like the way for Squirrel Girl to be able to handle flyers, which is sort of introducing once again like more counterplay for Squirrel Girl. But the problem is also like, okay, this is the answer for Squirrel Girl to have counterplay, but not just for the flyers. But what happens when you're a ground enemy and she's just like spamming acorns at you, and then you hide behind a corner, and then she launches a magnetic grenade? Does it just follow you around the corner and insta blow you up? Like if you think you're safe behind cover and then you get blown up from a magnetic magnetic exploding acorn, how does that feel to be a ground target, right? When you just take that damage, when it's basically an execute then. At least that's like my concern. I don't know how it will function, but like there's a reason why the magnetic grenade in Overwatch 2 was taken out and why it was replaced, or not replaced. It was just reverted basically back to like sort of the way the stun was in the beginning. So that's my only concerns is like, yes, it's an answer. It's an answer for flyers for Squirrel Girl, but that's not, that's not the whole picture. Like the whole picture is like everybody else on the ground and stuff as well, because there's easier targets that you could just toss it to on the ground, which would get more value.
bells out before the blast. As Season 2.5 winds down, we can see that the arrival of Ultron, the era strategies, brought a fresh twist to the battlefield. First, the new triple strategies comp with Ultron joining traditional double strategies teams proved highly competitive this season. Ultron's formidable damage output lets him rain destruction on the enemy backline from above, maintaining relentless pressure. With his drones providing automatic healing, he can swiftly power up his ultimate ability, opening the door to even more tactical maneuvers for his team. His drones also make Ultron a perfect partner for other era duelists. Lineups centered around Ultron plus Iron Man or Human Torch excel at long-range poke, while Ultron's plus Storm forms a formidable support center called comp, both striding in this season's meta. Next, after the Season 2.5 balance adjustments, Rockstorm comes, built around two hit-scan duelists, either both range or a mid-close range plus ranged, paired with double shoot Vanguards, performed strongly. Wolverine, the nemesis of this comp, made a powerful comeback. While Death Heroes faced some nerfs this season, their counters, like Emma Frost Diamond Form, were also turned down, and the thing hasn't been as dominant. Teams built around Magneto plus Venom or Captain America, with mid-close range or Death Duelists, still pose a serious threat to enemy backlines in the hands of skilled players. Beyond this, team-ups like Rocket Network, Draftnado, Arcane Order, etc. have also delivered standout performances.
True.
Among Vanguards, we will be nerfing Emma Frost, while buffing Venom and the Thing to diversify.
I understand the buffing of the thing. I thought Venom was okay. Nerfing Emma, I'm interested to see what they do, because she is very oppressive still, but I'm curious to see like how they manage these.
For the Thing, his new ability, Battle Blades, will allow him to jump directly to a selected enemy and use his Storm Haymaker mid-air. If timed right, this can even knock flying heroes out of the sky.
So they're trying to introduce counterplay for flyers as tanks. They've heard the community and they've heard the community complain about not being able to do anything as a tank. So they're trying to give counterplay options. That's what I believe the homing grenade acorn is for. That's what I think, this is for. What they're trying to do is give counterplay. And it is great to see it on flyers, but I want to know also how it works on ground enemies as well. So it's great if it gives more tools for the tanks to work with, and gives them more player choice in the matter, and also if there's ways to counterplay against it, not just, hopefully it's not just you just look at a flyer, you click on them and like you can immediately knock them out of the air. Hopefully there's a way for the the counterplay to it as well. But um, with all things gaming, you'll have to wait and see. Because my issue is once again, always whenever I see something new, it's like, okay, that looks cool, but like, what's the counterplay? Like, what are my options? Because if the only option is just one, if there's only one choice you have for an option for counterplay, I don't think it's very well designed ability. You want to give players lots of choice. The more choice they have, the more control they feel they have over the game. The less control they have, the more they want to blame the game for the reason why that they lost, and that ultimately would make them want to leave the game eventually. So more counterplay is a good thing.
We'll continue exploring tweaks like this, giving Vanguards more options against arrow threats. Although these changes will be rolled out gradually as we test and refine them in the upcoming seasons. For duelists, Iron Man, the poster boy of poke, has been putting heavy pressure on ground-based heroes. We will be slightly reducing his poke potential to bring him back in line.
His splash damage, I realized as of this season, is freaking insane with how much he can poke around corners just by spamming that left click. I didn't realize how much splash damage on the ground it was doing before.
Punisher's Cowling Turret has also been a bit too powerful, with his ultimate
That's probably
ability
Punisher
turning a
nerfs
little too fast after recent buffs, so he will see a minor nerf as well. We are also slightly turning down Mr. Fantastic's survivability in his inflated state. While
That is good. He does survive a bit too much, and Original's not gonna be happy about that one. But he is very survivable, and it makes it very annoying. If I am playing almost anybody as a duelist, I almost never try and take a 1v1 with him because of his survivability, his shields, and everything. Like the odds of me winning a 1v1 with him are slim to none. You have to team up on him. He's great at holding down the fort and like applying a lot of damage, but not great at getting executes. So a little bit less on the survivability would probably be a good thing, but um, I wonder how that'll be when he's not great at executing people either. But we'll see.
appropriately boosting Nemo's primary attack and Scary Witch's ultimate. Rest comps have performed
Those seem fine because you didn't nerf Namor's like bubble, which is his survivability, and that made him a lot less fun to play, a lot more difficult to play. So giving him a little bit more damage on his left click makes a bit of sense.
well, but their high coordination requirements often lock Adam Warlock and Mantis together. Next season, we will slightly nerf the Garden Revival team-up ability.
Slightly, only slightly. The revival team up ability was freaking annoying. Like I'm not a fan of that one. Any ability that can bring someone back from the dead has got to be on a decently long cooldown because of or at least difficult to do because of the fact that like anytime you can revive and come back and negate a mistake, it makes it very difficult to balance around when in a game where numbers are so important in terms of like how many people are alive on your team and how many people you've taken down on the enemy team. Because then you could trade knowing you have a res every 20 seconds, 30 seconds, or whatever it is, and then it's not a trade. You just get to do it for free. So I am glad to see them nerf it, but we'll have to hopefully it's decent enough that it makes the revival team up like less frustrating to play against.
While increasing Mantis healing and ultimate ability utility to give teams more flexibility.
I don't like the fact that instead of toning the other supports down, we're bringing Mantis up. Uh, she does need more in terms of like Mantis's healing is bad because compared to the other supports just do it better. But the problem is the other supports do it so well that there's really no reason to ever pick Mantis. Like Mantis is just a cheaper version of Luna at this point. And what I've still wanted them to address is the counterplay options towards the support ultimates. It's not fun when support ults go off and everyone is just sitting there just spamming out damage hoping somebody falls over, or you basically back up and give up space until it's done, and just attack afterwards. Like I really wish that instead of buffing their healing more, they would rework some parts of these supports kits so that way it's not just like a one button press that you get instant free value where nobody in that area can generally die without some very hyper specific conditions being met. And and then it just also limits the support players because of the fact that if you hit your ult late and you mess up and you hit it and then two people have already died, then you basically just wasted your support ultimate. Whereas if your support ultimate was one that was able to save your allies but also be able to help you secure kills, if you pressed it after two people had already died, you might still be able to use that ultimate in a way to help secure more kills for your team and help your team out to turn the fight back around in your favor. Because right now it's very limited in that the game is sort of just like it's focused on the support ultimates. Like Loki has an excellent support ult, which allows him to copy any character in the game and then use that ultimate to his advantage. But if you are playing Loki and you copy anything that isn't a powerful support like Luna or Invisible Woman, it's basically like a throw, right? If you accidentally click on a Vanguard or a Duelist, it's considered a throw. So it's not, even though he technically has choice, like he could choose anything, there really isn't player choice when there's really only like one or two viable options on the field that you could select. And that to me is the problem with these support ultimates is that because they are so powerful, everything in the fight focuses around them, and you're actually removing choice both from the players playing against them and from the supports who have to basically have so much pressure built on this. Like you need to time it where you need to delay your support all as long as possible. But if you wait too late and somebody dies, then you waste it, and then you sort of take on the blame of the team because every time a team fight gets lost, everyone's going to hit tab and see if you die with your support ult because that sucks. So yeah, I really wish that instead of just bumping Mantis's raw healing numbers up, if they instead were to just rework these support ultimates so that way they did something different. But I don't know. I mean, this is still season 3. Maybe they'll make some changes in the future, but we'll wait and see.
Other strategists will modestly raise Invisible Woman's healing efficiency.
Did Invisible Woman need more healing? Was she bad? Like, I brought this up just in case, but was her just slightly low win rate, I guess? Mantis still sitting high. 48 is not that bad, but I don't know.
Nerf
I guess Invisible Woman needed a buff. I don't know about that, but all right.
Loki's ultimate ability charge rate. Meanwhile,
Loki getting nerfed was probably necessary because people were just using him to copy Luna anyway. But you see, that's what I don't like is that like you have Loki Luna and you'd have a Loki because he would charge his ultimate faster than Luna, so you'd basically get a Luna ult faster than everybody else. But now instead of nerfing Luna and nerfing her ultimate to make it like less oppressive, less difficult to deal with, you're just gonna nerf Loki instead. But like, are we nerfing Loki because of the fact that he's too powerful, or are we nerfing Loki because of the fact that paired with Luna, that's the problem? I don't know. Like, it's kind of where my brain is going on this one, but yeah, I don't know. And as a Psylocke player, like seeing Loki get nerfed is kind of okay with me. I wish I saw him less in my games. I see him all too often. Uh, and the totems are really annoying. The constant clones are annoying to deal with. But like just the fact that if I see him, I typically always see a Luna with him, and that's just not fun to play against. Uh, so yeah, I don't know. I feel like he's taking strays here because Luna's in the game.
Ultron's impressive survivability and protective capabilities have proven highly adaptable across various team comps, but his strength has slightly exceeded expectations. Therefore, we will implement a slight nerf in the
Ultron definitely needed a nerf. Like he was too powerful. He had great poke. His healing wasn't like super great, but he was able to charge his ult really fast, and his survivability was kind of insane. I felt like I could just never do damage to him. Like whereas other flyers like Storm and Iron Man, I could definitely kill. I felt like with Ultron, every time I would go up and I get an angle, up on like the high ground as Psylocke, I'd be up close to him, and even then I'd start, pumping damage into him, and he wouldn't fall over. Like it felt like I just couldn't do anything to him. I always hated seeing him in my games because of that. So yeah, a nerf is definitely needed for him. I understand why they buffed him. He was new to the game, so they wanted to make sure that he wasn't like super weak coming in. But yeah, they definitely need to tone him back down.
upcoming season. These are just some of the changes ahead. Keep an eye out for our full balance patch notes coming soon. We will also be sharing the hero pick and win rates for season 2.5. So stay tuned. Until next time, keep fighting.
Seeing the new win rates and pick rates will be interesting. I don't know I don't know how much it'll change, but my biggest concern is the lack of sort of support alt nerfs or reworks on those things because those really do drive away a lot of the fun of the game of other characters. The more I play Magic, the more I feel totally useless whenever those support ults go off because of the fact that unless you are ulting at the same time and you can land that perfect one shot, you can't do anything else inside of those ultimates. Um, Luna is the most oppressive one. Invisible Woman is annoying, Cloak is annoying, but Luna is the one that is the most irritating to go up against. And when there's a Loki, there's 2 of them, and with totems and everything, it just feels like it feels like there's just too much time spent where nothing is going on. What I would like to see is all of the ultimates in the game, the ultimate charge rates, get nerfed across the board, so that way we see them less often. This is the same this is for DPS, tanks, and supports as well, so it does feel like all the ultimates are really easy to charge and really quick to charge. I would like to see them just try to globally nerf them and see if like you can depend more on the neutral game and make it so ultimates are a bit more valuable. Um, because yeah, it seems like it's still built around the idea of whoever can charge their support ults first is kind of like the one that wins. Like a lot of times, like if I'm playing DPS, I'm trying to charge my DPS ultimate faster before the support ult can build theirs, which is almost never. Uh, but yeah, other than that, I think that this patch is a big quality of life change patch with the update to the GPU crashes hopefully being solved, Discord being added, event pages, and after the game ends, like clear understanding of like what you're doing with your missions and stuff. It seems like there's a lot of quality of life changes, which are a good thing. Like all that stuff is going to take time, um, and overall, like the quality of life changes are the things that I'm excited about more than anything in terms of like the balance and stuff like that. We'll just have to wait and see. You got to get your hands on it to play it, but it does seem like they want to incorporate, counterplay by listening to the community and giving like, the thing counterplay to flyers and giving Squirrel Girl counterplay to flyers. I just worry about how that stuff is going to be used on the ground. But once again, like until we get our hands on it to really judge for ourselves, there's no way to really know for sure. So I'm going to keep an open mind about this and just wait and see and play it when the patch drops. But yeah, I don't even know when season 3 starts, but I also know that the remake of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 comes out on like the 11th, so I kind of want to play that too. So we'll see what I'm playing, but yeah, other than that, I'm mostly excited about the quality of life changes and that I'll have to check that GP or that NVIDIA driver and see if my game stops crashing if I update. So if it does, great. Then glad I could finally update my drivers after using one that's like a year old for this long. But yeah, I don't know. What did you guys think? Because uh, yeah, in terms of is there anything you're excited for in season 3 or things you're not excited for? Because yeah, I'm stoked on the quality of life changes, and I'm not stoked on seeing Hella get another buff. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's just me.